And welcome. This is our second session of Locus, a fantastic horror game made by Cobblepath Games, they still, I think, are in their crowdfunding for their game of Stacks of Goblins. So if you like this game, but in a light-hearted sense, where you play as a bunch of goblins in a trench coat trying to sneak into a city, go check that out. So I think we're in our second week now of our February schedule. After this, we have some Scum and Villainy tomorrow, and then Friday we have some All-Goblin Pathfinder. On Sunday, we have our first game of Lancer, which I am super excited about. Have some amazing cast for all those games. And then we're rinse and repeat for basically the rest of February. So, yeah, unless I get yelled at immediately that I forgot something. I'm gonna bring it over to our lovely cast for today. Hi guys, it's going.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi. Do I have to be here? I don't.
Oh, please.
I'm scared already. We haven't even gotten to anything.
I want to go home.
You are home. I don't know about you guys, but I am super excited for this.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting.
Yes.
I'm gonna retract all the swear words. I just want to yell right now.
So, jumping into a little bit of backstory here. The 4 cast members you see in front of you were all on a reconnecting trip. All brought together from the various places that they went after high school. Some going to college, some just moving out of the state for the sake of moving. All of them facing pain and adversity in their time away from each other. But now that they are together and catching up, and that friendship is starting to rekindle, in their trip through Colorado in early winter, they get caught in a sudden whiteout snowstorm. After being nearly run off the road by some tall, dark figure that left claw marks down the side of the truck, the group, not necessarily a party, the group, decided to push the truck off the road, find some place to stay, and just wait out the storm. That place happened to be the Lamplight campsite, where there were a handful of other cars in the parking lot. The main office was almost entirely empty, save for an older woman, very soft-spoken, very kind, and a larger man, her husband. The pair of them apparently running and operating this campground for who knows how long. The pictures on the walls would tell you that they've been here for a while. They did offer the group here a room, or one of the empty cabins, as the entirety of the campsite is just split up into these 3 to 4 person cabins scattered around a good couple acres. As the group tried to get some rest for the evening, hopefully waiting out the storm and seeing to the repairs of the truck, odd occurrences started to happen. They started to see impossible creatures, hear impossible noises. everyone finding some fragment of their past that immediately brings up that sense of dread or pain. Some pains that were shoved down deep, some pains that were dulled with the use of substance, and some pains that were still fresh. After seeing another cabin nearby with a light on, they went to go investigate. But upon knocking on the door and having a conversation with the woman behind it, it almost felt like the woman was having an entirely different conversation than anyone in the party was having answers to questions that no one asked, or answering things that just straight didn't make sense. Eventually, she did shut the door and retreat back inside. It was then that through the window, they saw the couple get attacked by someone, by something. The man got tossed across the room, landing on a bookshelf and shattering it to pieces, while the woman was grabbed and a very sharp blade that just barely glinted in the light was driven into her abdomen. That's when most of the group tried to rush to the rescue. They went to the door, tried to bust it in, but nothing was budging until finally it did give, and the door went splintering inwards. And rushing in, they found nothing. No bodies, no broken furniture, nothing. It was an empty cabin. That's when the door slammed shut behind them, locked by almost a supernatural force. And a shadowy figure, a pool of blood that had crept into the snow, started to snake its way towards the only party member outside, Victoria. As flashes of her own past started to come back in a too real manner, she was faced with the option to flee, to get to safety, or to face it down, to make sure that her friends would be able to get out. And in a moment of pure bravery, she fought through this pool of blood that was creeping towards her in the snow, reached the door, and pulled it open. There was a long conversation of, what the hell do we do? What is happening? What everything? I believe that's when Victoria saw a set of footprints that led from the front of this cabin up to the main office. Which is odd, because even your own footprints from just maybe a minute ago were already started to be filled by the snow and wind. These footprints are crisp and fresh. You did find a revolver tucked away in one of the drawers, with 4 shots and 2 empty shells. Am I missing anything? Does anyone have anything to add?
The fact that I need stress medication right now? Besides that, no, not really. I think you covered it.
I mean, also that David has puncture wounds.
Oh, yeah, the fact that I'm bleeding. I'm sprained ankle, and I wrote this all down, and a minor head wound from punctures. And I have 4 blips filled in right now of stage
fine.
1.
You're fine.
So, how many cards is everyone holding right now?
Don't tell me to do another one, but 4.
4.
8, 9, 10.
Stop counting.
How many do you have there, David?
I have 4. Dad.
So that's 14 cards. Got it. So, why don't we jump back into it with all of you currently deciding on the next step to take.
I think what we were discussing last session, this is out of character. I think what we were discussing last session was either holding it out for the night or trying to escape.
But didn't we find out that it was like perpetually midnight? So like holding out. I know I was the character who was pushing for like bunkering down, but like
Yeah, and
as player, like was it
check.
perpetually like never
I went to
moving?
check.
Yeah.
I went to check
Well-
the clock, and then when the clock wasn't moving, or when it was ticking backwards, I went outside to check where the moon was, and it was stuck at midnight.
Yeah, both clocks,
Yeah.
for the record, were doing the.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what would you like to do?
I have a panic attack for 500.
Oh, boy.
Well, as much as I hate to say it, I don't think the night's really going to end until we do something else.
Yeah, no.
The night's not going to end. The truck's not going to run.
We have to do something.
Well, I was telling you I didn't want to earlier, but it looks like maybe going and seeing Elizabeth and John might be our only option.
Yeah.
Not sure it's going to be a good one, but might be the only thing we have.
There was
I have
something
a
pretty
feeling
off
I'm gonna
about
get
that.
hurt again, and then like I've already taken some serious damage as is, and my
Well,
foot's kind of killing me.
Well, don't go kicking down doors next time.
Don't have people getting murdered and then immediately. You know, we've been through this already. I'm not doing this again.
You're the one who hurt yourself. Do you? I mean, what part of you is hurting?
What part
Points
of you's
to
not
the
hurting?
obvious blood.
I know about that. We already did what we could with that.
My
What
foot
would you
here,
like to
my ankle is a little rolled. You know, who needs running or walking?
If it's any consolation, David, if we walk up there to the main office, you'll have your foot in snow the whole way, so it's almost as good as an ice pack.
That's so good. I like that idea.
Can I? I've got an idea. With my newfound first aid skill, can I break off the leg of a nearby chair and take a little bit of a bed sheet and make a makeshift splint with it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Oh, you creative little bastard there. I'm so proud of you.
All right. Well, I'd rather your leg not get worse.
It's
Just we're
just
going to-
bleeding on the inside. That's where blood's supposed to be.
Let's go with a easy clumsiness check.
You got it. Let's see here.
And make sure everyone needs to reset your willpower to 5.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. I will use it more often now that I know that happens.
Oh yeah, I was like being
Oh.
really generous with it.
I apparently lost connection to the foundry. Let me reconnect. God damn it.
Chat is on the side of chaos.
I don't know what Gypsy is going on about, but I don't like it. Please. I know it makes things funny. I know it's entertaining, but me as a player does not like this.
All right, let me roll that check for
But
you.
please keep going.
Looks like Foundry's having issues at the moment.
I got a
Uh-oh.
5. I got a 5, a 6, and a 6 on the check,
So
and
I
my clumsiness is 2.
absolutely a success. Yeah, it just takes a few moments, taking some pieces of wood and wrapping them tight enough that the ankle is immobilized and taking a little bit of pressure off. You see that the ankle is swollen and probably not broken, just a decent sprain.
Should help it hold up for now. It doesn't look like it's broken, thankfully. Just sprained.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem. Don't. If you're going to try and kick down a door, don't do it with that leg
Use the
again.
other leg. Yep.
Yeah, or shoulder, arms.
Actually, if
something
you
like
want to
that.
cover my shoulder, it's a little sore too.
I'm sure you'll live.
My entire body hurts.
Yeah, I can understand why.
Who knew doors weren't meant to get kicked down? They look so easy
Well,
in the movies.
These are old buildings, so everything's made of solid
Yeah, but
wood.
you would think like the wood would be like withered away at least a little bit.
Ones they use in the movies are all made of sheetrock
Oh,
or
oh.
thin plywood.
I wonder how they do glass effects then. Whatever.
Fuck if I know.
We did have a reward that was already
Oh
redeemed.
dear God.
What?
We had
Just
it's all
Oh.
gone to heck. So, would all of you make a hard need to get back into the mindset of these skills because they name them after like flaws
Bad
instead of like
things.
Bad
bonuses.
things, yeah.
Yeah.
Would all of you make a hard cowardice check, please?
Oh no.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Oh no. I have to roll 3 6s here. That's just not gonna happen.
Which is a
I
crit,
have-
by
That's
the
not
way.
gonna happen. Yeah, I didn't even roll 1 6.
I have a 1 in
Oh.
cowardice and managed to roll a 1.
Oh no.
You can spend a willpower to re-roll up to
Yeah,
3
I'm gonna-
dice.
I'm gonna reroll
You know
that.
what?
I can only reroll
It's
2
first
'cause
roll
I'm
tonight.
hurt,
I'm gonna
but
go for it. I'm just gonna
yeah,
do
I'm
it.
gonna reroll that.
From
That's
for
worse.
some
Just see what
miracle,
happens.
That's worse. I got another 1.
from some
Wow.
miracle, I got
Nope,
3
didn't help.
5s and have a 4 in cowardice. So
Jesus, we have the opposite.
Looks like
luck.
you're doing a lot better than the rest of us who failed this one.
Nope.
which makes no
No,
sense. for
let's just
him,
all
but-
stay in this very nice cabin. We know it's safe in here, minus the ghost.
Everyone except for Eric, you can all take your stress level and just bump it on up to tense.
I was already tense.
You should have started at uneasy.
Oh, no, I meant as
Oh,
of
okay,
James.
great.
Oh.
I'm already tense.
As
I was
each of
like, oh,
you,
no.
even mid-conversation, everything just starts to get muffled. For Jacob, it is replaced with the sound of shattering wood, followed by a scream, and then a heavy, wet thud. For David, it is continuous screams, cries of pain, begging. For Victoria, it's calls for help. It's pleading and begging. And then deep, rumbling laughter. Eric, you just see the rest of them just start going white in the face, all maybe looking around, seeing or hearing things that you just aren't. They are all just... It feels like they're all just going insane.
Guys. Do I get any response from them, or are they just
there's a good minute where there's nothing. And then it fades out, and you all hear the sounds of Eric calling for you, trying to bring you back.
Jacob kind of stumbles for a moment as he comes back into it, and just kind of hobbles over to a bed and sits down, puts his head in his hands. What the fuck was that?
You won't stop messing with us.
Well, what is it?
Who?
I wish I knew.
Fuck.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt this.
No, go ahead.
Hoop, was it a male scream or a female scream?
Male.
That's worse. Okay.
I don't know, maybe it is a ghost.
So I'm not the only one that just had that happen to them?
I think I'm the only one that didn't.
How long did that last? For
Not
you,
long.
I mean.
Less than a minute.
Oh. Felt like forever for me.
Well, it's not going to get any better sitting around here. Are we ready to go forward?
Yeah, I guess so.
Question is, how do we want to go about that? Do we want to just directly confront them, or do we want to just take kind of a more innocent question route? Or we could just sneak in. I mean,
I would say.
I like sneak in.
not above that.
Well,
We could lie and say we heard some. Well, we're not really lying. We did hear screaming.
We did.
We may now know that it didn't really exist, but it was there. So yeah, we're just being concerned patrons and wanting to make sure that they know what's going on if we get seen.
Yeah, I guess so.
Am I the only one who remembers the last time we tried to be concerned patrons? Some lady died, and then not died, but she didn't die.
I'm pretty sure she was already dead before we got here.
But she was dead, brought back to
Well,
life, died,
she was,
but didn't die.
see what she was dressed like? She was dressed like it was. Both of them were. They look straight out of the 50s or 60s. I don't. Everything they had, everything they were wearing, none of it is from now. I guess it could have been an old couple that looked really young, but I don't know. I think our only real option here is to, I guess, go to that office and see if we can find anything else out.
Right. Remember, concerned customer is only the backup plan. Like, it's best if they don't know we're up there.
I guess so. What would we be looking for even if we did manage to sneak in?
I mean, best case scenario, if we find a working vehicle, a set of keys, we could get out of here.
Could try.
I mean, the two of them have to leave at some point, right? Go do things, go take errands or something like that.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, it's worth a try,
Something to
I
look
guess.
out for, but any other clues would help.
Got a feeling we'll know when we see it.
Okay. Whoever would be the first one out the door, or the first one to start peering out the door towards the main office, would you roll an easy impatience check?
Guess that will be me.
Okay.
I'm the least messed up right now, so that. All right. Oh wait, ties are. Oh wait, never mind. Easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 6. I'm
Okay.
good.
Yeah. As you're staring back towards the main office, you see the frame and outfit of the much larger husband, John, that seems to just be walking by the front of the office towards the side door.
I turn around and like hand up. Hang on. John's on lookout. I'm going to look and see if there's any like back way, back door,
Okay.
sneak spot.
In the way that you guys had come in, you would have seen that there were other doors. I mean, not just the one that he's currently headed to, but even just doors you saw that you were while you were in the main office. So there's probably multiple ways in and out of that building.
All right, so I guess I'm going to, if I'm in the front, start walking toward the backside, trying to stay outside of John's view.
It's
Jacob's
maybe.
gonna hustle.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Jacob's gonna hustle up next to Eric and just whisper to him. All right, so how are we doing this? What are we doing? I mean, the guy's out here.
Fuck, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure something out.
I guess for now we're just following you.
Do we go back inside or do we go on with this?
Cooper, what were you gonna say?
It's maybe a good 30, 40 seconds as you start walking before you see him duck into one of the side doors.
Huh.
Not sure how I feel about that. He's gone, but now we don't know where he's at. I'm open to suggestions.
Guess we just. I don't know. I mean, he might get angry at us or something if we try to sneak in there. And he catches us, but.
I feel like his default status is angry.
Mm-hmm.
True. Guy basically.
It's only
yelled
going to
at
get
me
worse
when
from there.
Guy basically screamed at me when I mentioned a picture in a passing statement.
I mean, you seem very closed off and very dismissive. Maybe if we break a rule or tip him off one more time, he'll just kick us out. No, we have to leave.
We leave.
Maybe.
Not exactly here of our own free will at this point. What if we went out to the main road?
And
See if we could
what,
catch a ride.
try and hitchhike?
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't anybody on the road for miles when we were driving here, but that might work. I don't know. I really think just trying to either sneak into that office and find information if we can, or maybe trying to confront them directly about it might be our best options.
All right. What's something we could need if one of us was willing to distract them by asking for something? I just don't know what.
One of us could ask for help starting a fire.
Yeah. Ask if they've got any firewood.
Yeah, that could work.
So
I
who
can
wants
do
that
that.
job?
I need to do some resting anyways, so I can totally talk my way out of it if I really need to duck out of the conversation.
Yeah, if you're willing to give it a try, yeah.
They give me the heebie-jeebies, but it's okay.
No, I think that's sort of a normal reaction to people that are that strange.
If you can keep them busy, I'll see if I can find keys, information, anything.
Photo that was missing. Again,
Yeah,
very aggressive about it. Definitely hiding something.
good point. That's a good place to start.
Sound like a plan?
Sounds like a plan. Not sure it's a good one, but it's a plan. So.
What?
Sounds like one of our very few options.
It's okay, because I have 12% of the backup plan ready to go.
Okay.
I'm
So
not even gonna ask.
It's
Then-
running. It's really simple. It's run.
fair enough. As you all make your way through the snow towards the main office, you see that same small lantern lit, casting just the smallest amount of light into that front foyer greeting area and illuminating those double doors with the small windows at the tops of each door. Though before, where you could see more into that room, into that greeting area, now most of the windows seem frosted up and snow built to the point where making out details inside is nearly impossible.
Would wiping one of my hands on the window do anything to get rid of the, They're trying to improve visibility inside?
I mean, yeah, dude. Take your hand and just start wiping away some of the snow, some of the frost as much as you can. You don't immediately see anyone inside, but you also didn't the first time you got here. They came out of the office behind the desk when you came in and started asking about rooms or asking if anyone was here. So could have just gone back into their probably the room that they stay in.
And I guess they're probably in the room that they were in before. I can't see them anywhere in here, and that's where they were last time.
Alright, keep eyes on the door. If you see them, do something to let me know. And I'm going to start looking in cars.
There are only 2 other cars in the parking lot. Even just wiping off the smallest amount of snow, you would see that these vehicles are old, like from the 50s, 60s ish, but not rusted or junked. Just, I mean, someone probably put a lot of time and effort into restoring these cars back to new condition.
That's not very comforting with people from the same time period being ghosts. But I'm going to look in them anyway, see if...
Okay.
Well, I guess first thing I'll do is jiggle door handles. If they're 50s and 60s, they're not going to have an alarm on them, so...
Okay. Yeah. The first one you try, you pull on the lock. Nothing. Move over to the next one. You pull on the handle. There's the satisfying click, and the door swings open.
Alright, so I'm going to, I guess, start by glove box and start looking through the cars entirely to see if there's
Okay.
anything useful I can find.
So the rest of you are just kind of keeping a lookout?
Mm-hmm.
You get in, get to the glove box, start flipping through it. You see, like, basically everything you would expect to see in a glove box. Nothing overly useful. And even, like, flipping down the visors, it looks fairly bare bones. It's not till your eyes shift to the rear view mirror that catch movement. And there is just a flash of dark colored cloth and skin as two hands just reach up from back the seat behind you, grabbing onto your neck and upper torso and just start pulling. I need you to make a contested frailty check.
What the
Oh,
We can see this, right?
so ties or fails, right?
It's you are contested against this individual. So
Right.
what is your
My frailty's a 4. I've got a 6, a 4, and a 2.
It is a few moments of just pure panic, as it is just a death grip around your throat, even unable to call out for help. All of you see the car start to just shake a bit, but with the just layer of snow on top of it, there's no indication of what's going on.
I'd like to grant some luck to Eric through channel points.
Please.
I don't know if it's too late for that.
No, not at all. So you can just
Seasons where the evil always is.
So he did roll. You rolled a 6, right?
Yeah,
And you had 1 success, 2 successes.
1 success. Well, that's why I was asking ties a fail, right? So
Yes.
if my stats a
Yeah,
4 and
you'd
I
roll
roll a 4,
above.
it's failed. Okay.
So granting
So, yeah,
luck,
no.
you can either give him the ability to roll or force me to reroll.
I want to leave it up to him. But I mean,
I'm pretty weak. I think maybe forcing whatever this is would be better for me than
yeah, I'm gonna force the.
because 5s
all
and
right,
6s are my only successes anyway.
I'll force the backseat monster to reroll.
The backseat monster.
It made a difference.
Wrangler.
It
Yeah,
is.
have you seen Back to the Future? The first one? It's always that.
It's a few moments of pure panic, of trying to, your brain grasping what's happening as the oxygen starts to get cut off. But you manage to get your hand in between their grip and your neck and just start pulling it off. It's probably not even 5 seconds from the time you saw this individual to the time you pull the hand off, whip your head around, and see nothing.
So it's gone.
There's nothing back there. I know that
I
doesn't
think
answer your question.
I know. I think I'm still going to like slam the door shut and get away from the car immediately.
Okay.
And you just see I'm wide-eyed whenever I turn back towards you guys.
What happened?
You alright?
There was a ghost in the backseat of the car. That's what I'm going with.
Oh,
And
not
I lift
another
up-
ghost.
I lift up my neck. Is there any marks from where it grabbed me? Or
There's a very visible print of a hand just straight across the throat.
Like a human hand, or
A human hand.
the proportion? Okay. Jesus.
That looks rough.
I had a joke here, but I really feel like now is not the time.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say no. So
By the
Shit.
way, notice anything about those cars?
take a
They're
closer
all
look
old.
at cars.
They're from the same rough time frame as Murder Couple.
Oh,
So we're stuck in the 60s then. Or that's what it seems like, anyways.
There's definitely a connection.
Fucking hell.
Any movement in there?
Nothing.
Not that I could see, no.
Cabins out of toilet paper?
The
Could work.
just not even like impactful knocks. Like even just that small noise, that small impact that you're making, each one just echoes and reverberates through the door. There's no movement for a good 10 seconds. And then the room behind the office opens. And the small frame and head of Elizabeth peers out just far enough to see who it is, to see you all standing there at the door. And then tucks back away into the room.
That was weird.
So much for customer service.
The fuck?
Either that or not much for us. So we should go in then?
oh, it's my time to do the talking while you guys do the sneaky thingies, right? Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
I will take the lead, like push past Eric and Jacob, and like walk over to the desk to try to see if there's a bell. If there's not, I'm just gonna start banging on the desk. Hello. I need some service here.
You the door didn't quite shut to that room behind the office. It's open a good 3-4 inches maybe. But there's no sound, no one answers your call. You're no movement.
What was Elizabeth's expression like when she kind of peeked over to see like who it was?
A mixture of fear and surprise.
Mhm.
But the rest of you, what would you like to do?
So the pictures that are on the wall, including the one where part of it was ripped away,
Mhm.
do those like go on down past where the desk could
Mhm.
see someone?
So yeah, there's
All
this
right.
basically the waiting area you're in. There's a hall that goes off to the right towards what looks like bathrooms, and then a hall that goes off to the left, which looks like it leads towards a dining area. The hall to your left is quite a bit longer than the hall to your right.
I want to rush over to the the suspicious picture from before.
Okay.
And it's been a while. So what was the picture of exactly?
It was of them standing here in front of their the main lodge, but it was off-centered so that instead of them being in the center of the portrait, they were off to the far right of it, on the very edge. And the side of that picture just had markings like it was something was torn away.
While he does that, I'm going to actually be looking at the pictures, but just slowly making my way out of sight as I do so. But stop, look, give the illusion that I'm just really interested in the history.
Okay. Victoria?
I think Victoria would actually head down one of the hallways, going towards what looks like that dining.
Okay. So you and Eric are headed the same direction.
A little further down, see what's going on there. Like, tables might look like, if there's anything like set out. Like, I don't know, are there menus? Do they look dated? That kind of thing.
We'll jump to Eric as you are going from painting to picture, just moving down the line. A lot of it is just scenery. There are a number of them of this particular campground. You'd see some, a whole collection of people in one picture that looks like it may have been like the grand opening of this place. Would you make a medium impatience check?
Alright.
Oh, I'm sorry. And please draw a card for the car.
Oh. Just a regular one.
That puts you at 15, I believe.
Yep. Alright, I pass. The
Awesome.
5.
As you are scanning through that particular picture of all of the couples, all of the families, all gathered around the front of this building, there's a few things that you would notice. One being that the sign that says no children is not there. Another being that you recognize two of the faces in the picture. A young man and a young woman. That being the couple from the cabin.
Vic.
Yeah, what's up?
And I just point at them. See anything?
Yeah, it's those people.
And they don't look like they aged a day.
That sign's not there.
That too. But I was kind of Watch out for me.
Huh.
I'm going to take the picture down and see what the framing looks like, if it's something I can open easily.
Yeah, it's... So, are you trying to do so in a very quiet, very stealthy manner?
Yes.
Then please roll a... Let's go with the medium carelessness check.
Carelessness. 5, 6, 3. I'll pass. Well, medium, you say?
Yep, so the middle
Okay,
dice.
so it passes.
Yep. It takes a few moments, but the small screws that hold the frame together, it's not difficult to get them undone and start taking out the picture. But I'm gonna jump over to Jacob, as I feel like you were trying to do almost the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Put that camera back. Okay. Oh no. There we go. That should be good. But yeah, I was trying to do pretty much
Okay. Yeah.
pretty much the same thing. Trying to investigate, I guess.
Are you trying to physically take the picture out of the frame?
That's what I was going to do. I
Sure.
was going to see if maybe the torn piece of picture was still in the frame somewhere.
Medium carelessness check then.
Got it. Doesn't look good. Yeah, no, that's a failure.
Okay. Like to spend a willpower?
Sure.
You can reroll up to all of the dice. Oh no, up to 2 of the dice. I'm sorry, because you're uneasy or you're tense.
Success.
Nicely done. The two of you both start undoing the frames, sliding out the pictures. On the back of your torn picture, Jacob, there is no other part of the picture stuck in the frame, but you do see the year dated 1964. And it says, "A happy family."
With a good chunk of the family missing.
On the back of your picture, Eric, you see the a similar writing and year. It says 1966, opening day. I'm sorry, reverse those. 1964, opening day. 1966, One Happy Family.
Yeah, I
I
figured.
was so confused on the timeline real quick.
Yeah.
They were open before they even officially opened.
I wasn't even going to question it. I was going to be like, I guess that's what happens.
Yeah, that sounds surprisingly right for this setting.
Sorry, what were you saying, Jacob?
I was saying that I was going to pocket the picture and put the frame back.
You can add a torn family photo to your inventory.
Okay.
Who has the lantern right now?
I forgot about the lantern, but I think I was the last one to have it, so sure.
Okay. I need to double check rules real quick. Give me just a single second.
Oh wait, hold on, that's copyright.
TSCA.
I don't think you're gonna get in trouble for humming the fucking Jeopardy theme.
With Twitch, you never know with the TOS.
Okay. Will you roll a durability check for the lantern, please? Which is just 3d6, and you need a single result of 4 or higher.
Got a 5.
Perfect. David, will you roll a durability check for your fire poker, please?
What?
Not the fire poker.
I like that poker. I don't know how to do a durability check.
Just 3d6, and you need a 4 or higher.
Okay.
And this is an easy check.
116. Yeah, we got it. We got a 6.
You're good.
Perfect.
You're good.
Okay. The poker is still there.
All right.
Oh, thank God. I was
Um,
willing to burn through my entire willpower to keep that poker, by the way.
Eric, anything you'd like to do with this photo?
I'm I've got all the information in my head that I need from it. I'm going to put it back where it was.
Okay. As you set the photo back up on the wall where you'd found it, notice that a few of the faces look a little different than you had just seen. Their clothes more modern, their faces very gaunt. There's scratch marks and claw marks across any visible skin. They look as destitute as they did when you last saw them. The last transaction you had with these people.
The fuck?
Do I see that too?
All right, so you see me kind of just like,
What's going on?
does this look like the same picture to you?
Yeah.
Where the hell is
What?
this lady? Oh,
You don't see the scratches?
Look closer. I can feel the glass over the picture a little bit. No.
I'm gonna go to the restroom.
Okay.
So you would pass by both David and Jacob as David is still standing there by the counter and Jacob is in the process of rehanging up an empty frame.
Hey man, you should check this out. You busy with anything right now?
Sorry, in real life I didn't catch that.
Oh, Jacob said, hey man, you should check this out. He's gonna show the picture to you. See how there's a chunk of it ripped off?
Yeah, we saw that when we came in, right?
Yeah, there's also a subtitle on the... Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind, I was still operating, retcon that, because I still thought the name of the picture was One Big Happy Family. Or whatever the
There's
hell the name of the other picture was.
Just says a happy
There's a-
family on the back.
Mine does, or his does?
Yours does. It says a happy family.
Says a happy family. So I think there might be some estranged relatives here.
Looks like it. I just saw the 60s murder couple over there in a picture from 64.
One's from
They looked
66.
exactly the same as when we just saw them.
Huh. Yeah. No, something's off here. Well, obviously, but
I gotta clear my head for a second. I'll be back.
alright.
For everyone's reference, the current year is 1995. Okay. As you get to the bathroom, you see the signs, indicating male and female. And pushing in the swinging door, it is dark, but you do have the lantern. And
Alright, so no lights that can be switched on or
there is a switch right there by the door, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Alright, I'm gonna walk over, set the lantern on the mirror, turn the water on and start
Okay.
rubbing my face and then reach into my pocket and grab something light for the nerves.
Okay. All the while that this is happening, from the splashing water into your face, It is just the very faintest of voices. Almost like you're like a conscience on your shoulder, just whispering into your ear, telling you, you killed them. It was your fault.
Wasn't all my fault. But yeah, I am to blame.
I could help you see them again.
Who the hell are you? At this point, I'm just having a conversation with the voice in my head. I'm not even going to think that it's not real. It's real. I'm sitting there and I'm doing drugs with the voice in my head.
I'm you. I'm all the things that you tried to push down. Everything you tried to hide. All of that guilt. All of that shame.
Well, you're a real son of a bitch, aren't you?
Well, I am you.
Like I said,
It's gonna happen again, isn't it? All those people out there, your friends. They're gonna be responsible for them too?
I'm going to do it right this time. It's not going to be the same.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the supply's just for me this time. You just leave me alone. I need to focus.
Well, when you come crawling back to me, when you need me, I'll be here. I've always been here.
Shut the hell up. And I wipe off the sink and walk out.
Okay. I'll jump over to David. You hear the commotion going on behind you, you hear the conversations happening. Still focused on that door. It does eventually start to move. It just opens another couple inches till it's about a 6-inch gap.
Yeah, hello. I just need some help. If anyone's here, I got kind of be oblivious to what's going on. Look, I was just having some problems in the cabin, and I just needed, someone who was a little bit more experienced than me.
You again see just the edge of the face of Elizabeth peer out. No, you were supposed to stay in your cabin. Why did you leave?
Oh, because the fire, I couldn't get a fire to go, so I just needed some help. But I figured you or the other guy here, I didn't really catch his name, John, I think it was. I just needed your help just getting the fire started because I'm not, you know me, us city folk, we can't do anything unless it's plugged into electricity.
There's just pure panic in her eyes. And you see her gaze like stare past you, just scanning that area. Did he see you? Did John see you?
I don't think so. I haven't seen John around here actually.
But he's somewhere. Come in here. Come in.
Oh, okay. I can come. Completely oblivious to what's behind me. I just start going towards her and go to the room with her.
You all, especially even Eric, who would have been coming out of the bathroom at this point, would have heard her saying, "You shouldn't have left your cabin. You should not. Don't let him see you." And then beckoning David to come into the office.
Yeah, do that.
M- Ma'am, if he's hating you, then maybe we should call some police, because that's extremely illegal.
No, just it's gonna be fine. Just don't let him find you.
What? Oh, okay. I think we can do that. But about that fire, maybe perhaps.
Look, I have a basement. I have a small crawl space. I don't think he knows about it. You should be fine. Just
Well,
go down there till morning. I'll come and get you. It'll be okay.
why would we need a crawl space? We could just go back to the cabin with a nice fire.
If you left, that means that probably can't go back to your cabin.
I'm sorry, what now?
Just, you have to trust me. Now that you've left, I need you, all of you, to just come with me.
Can you explain to me what's going on right now? Cause I'm a little behind right now, and if you could
John is looking for you, okay?
I got that part.
If he finds you, it's not going to be good.
And why is he looking for us?
Can we all hear this conversation?
Oh,
now?
absolutely.
I thought
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were all here.
100%.
Okay.
I assumed you guys were in the room.
And
Mhm.
why is John looking for us?
Because, and you can see like that hesitation and just mixture of,
Hey, you're in a safe place. There's 5 of us and 1 of him, so you can tell us, you know.
David, if you would like, you can make a medium repulsion check.
Oh, that's one of the ones I'm moderately decent at. Medium?
Mhm.
Never mind, I fail it. But I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Please.
Oh yeah. It's not letting me I don't know why it's not sent to tense even though it's supposed to be. Alright, there we go. Alright, I pass it
Okay.
this time.
Just bad things have been happening here. Okay? Things that I can't even begin to talk about. But if John finds you, I don't think any of you are going to make it out of here.
Well, that's really fucking comforting.
I'm sorry. I thought you would all stay to your cabin and everything would have been fine.
Who else is out there?
Or what else is out there?
I don't understand.
Actually, I have a question for my own knowledge.
Yeah.
The picture of her and John
Mhm.
from 66, do they look close to the same age in it or younger?
They look quite a bit older now than they do in that picture.
Okay. Okay. So scratch that. I won't ask that question.
Now that you're all in that back office, you see a queen-size bed just kind of tucked off to the side of the room, bookshelves, dresser, a small desk that's just like covered in what looks like journals, a couple of them open, and she just, even as you were talking, she's moving over, picking up a rug, scooting it to the side, grabbing a handle and pulling until it finally gives, and a about 2 foot by 2 foot hatch opens up in the floor. I'm sorry. You're just not supposed to leave your room.
Can we have just 1 minute? 1 minute.
If he comes back, hurry,
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
hurry.
Huddle.
Okay.
uh,
What's up?
so I trust her more than John for what that's worth.
I
But
don't know.
Great.
I don't know if I trust her enough to go into the hidden basement. That
Doesn't
seems a
Also a
little
fair
suspect.
point.
Yeah, it doesn't exactly seem like a safe place to go. I mean, I'm considering if we should drop the act and just outright confront her about everything we've seen.
Well, she's
Try and get
one of
some
those
answers out of her.
things. Well, as much as I want to believe that she's just a victim in all this, if she's a manifestation of one of those things, going into a dark, potentially crowded crawl space isn't a great situation for us to be in.
What
I,
you-
I, I look. I don't want to go against the group here. Just I'm pointing it out. If she is one of
We're-
those things, then
We're agreeing with you.
oh, okay, cool. Sorry, I
Um,
cannot read the room right now. I am very scared.
I understand. I have a specialization in persuasion. Would I be possibly able to use that to try to get information from Elizabeth?
Yeah, I would count your repulsion as 1 level lower.
All right. So that's good for me. So I'm going to turn to her and I'm going to say, be honest with us. Why can't we go back to the cabin? Is it really impossible for us? Because I've got stuff there that I don't want to leave behind. All right. The middle dot. Ooh, no. What's the difficulty?
Medium, yeah.
Medium? All right, I'm going to burn a willpower then. I'm going to burn a willpower.
You know what? You know what? You know what? I got you. Okay, I have enough channel points to do this.
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
grant some luck.
It's good. It's good.
Oh, you did it? Oh, thank
Yeah.
God. I only got 2 of those in the bag.
Okay.
No,
I
but
watch
like,
enough Saturday streams to start really building all these up.
wait a second. My repulsion is 2. And I had a 2 on that previous roll that I
So-
re-rolled.
So that
it
would
was
make it a
actually 1
1.
because-
As a -1.
So can I get that willpower back? since-
Absolutely.
Okay. So I
Absolutely.
didn't need the
Math.
second roll.
Math is hard.
Math.
2
3
minus
minus
1.
It's I don't know how we do it.
Um,
Flip a coin? Really? What are the odds? 30-20 at that point?
her face just goes very neutral. Just meets your eyes. There's a lot about this place that you do not understand. If he
I'm
finds
worried
you,
about it.
he is going to... He's going to try to take you. And I am just trying to stop that from happening. If you want, you can go back to your room, and I can clean up the mess tomorrow. I am not forcing you, but I am offering you a shelter. There's even a back door that if something happens, you can get out and make a break for your own room.
Group decision. I'm voting the room, but I'll go with what you guys say.
At this point, it really doesn't seem like we have much of a choice.
And they're going back to the room, which just run us back into the same dead end we were at before.
Would it make everyone feel better if I just like hop down there for a second, look straight to where that door is, and then confirm that's there?
I don't.
I don't think that would change anything, to be honest.
Well, I mean, it would show there isn't like bear traps at the bottom or something, but
I almost think any of us walking down there by ourselves would make me feel less at ease. If you guys want to, we can.
I mean, not not really a whole lot of other options, I would say. Maybe we could try and get an explanation out of her later.
Fair enough.
I say we just go for it.
All right.
There is a thunderous crash of wood against wood just splintering from one of the doors leading out to that waiting area.
John's home.
And you hear just this deep, very angry voice calling out, "Where are they? Elizabeth, I swear, if you were hiding them, where are they?"
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like our
It's like
cue to
we're all
jump in the
saying
hole.
that. We're just
It, one by one, just darting down into that crawl space. The very thin wooden ladder under you, and one by one coming to a stop, a good 12 feet down. The hatch above you is very quickly but quietly closed. You hear the sound of the rug being moved back over it. And then a muffled conversation of, I haven't seen them. Maybe they're in their room. I don't. And the sound of just something hitting the wall and shattering to pieces. Like glass or porcelain.
I think instinctively, David is gonna just start like climbing back up the ladder, like stopping it like midway through it. No, like just instinctively like going to go
Grab
do
him by
it,
the
but like
leg.
let's logic like it's almost like as a reflex almost. But, like stops himself and like realizes the gravity of the situation.
From your first step, my arm will go out, but
Yeah, I assumed you guys would like immediately stop it, so like I figured that was equally as a factor.
Okay.
stay very quiet.
From down in that crawl space, the lantern is illuminating just enough that you can see the hallway extend behind you, maybe 15 feet, and then it gets to a solid wooden door. Other than that, this crawl space is 100% empty. You hear
um,
heavy footsteps that start walking around above you and eventually step onto that hatch.
Spread out.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand like somewhere near the ladder and just kind of grip my skateboard, ready to swing it.
I'm making eye contact with Victoria, going,
Yeah, it's like yeah, hands already on that gun.
And me with my poker.
Would
I can
you
chuck a lantern
I
if it
got-
comes to it, but
I got stick.
would you all make a medium clumsiness check?
Oh,
Oh, the music cue.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't like that.
I succeed.
Oh, Valley now, dice.
Good.
All right, personal willpower. Much
I
better.
fail.
Okay, that's a success.
David, is that another willpower?
No, because I know this. You chose one of my worst skills.
The muffled shouting between them comes to a stop. You're rustling for just a few moments, and then the slamming of a door. and then silence.
Yeah, start climbing up that ladder very slowly.
Are you sure we want to do that? That seems a little.
Just gotta take a peek. It sounds like he's gone.
Is there a rug over the latch? It would move the rug.
Oh,
Can't
you're
peek
right.
over. You're just gonna see rug.
Yeah, you're right. Climb back down the ladder. Fuck do we
I
do
believe
now?
her a whole lot more now.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, now I feel bad for leaving her up there, but
Especially with him.
the
So did
door.
John?
Oh, go ahead.
I was like, so did John's voice like sound like it did at like the beginning when we met him, or
Mhm.
were there alterations at all?
No, sounded like him.
The door, does it
Mhm.
have any type of like peek out window, anything that
Nope. It's just a solid wooden door. It's very similar in
slow?
design and build to like the cabin doors.
I'm gonna slowly turn the knob and crack just enough to try to look out.
Okay. The moment that the doors even open just a crack, you feel a warmth coming in. Just warm, comfortable air.
But it's so not comfortable, even though it is.
There's just the very faintest of glows in the room, but not quite enough to make out details. Very soft, flickering light.
This door doesn't lead outside.
Where the fuck would it lead?
I'm gonna put my head up to the crack and try to see into the room next to us.
Okay.
As much as looking into things terrifies me, right?
After that moment of feeling your hearts just pounding, that separation of being just a couple feet from this individual, would you all draw a card for me?
Oh
Is
boy!
it top of the hour already?
It is the top
Oh,
of the
that's a
hour.
haunt. That's a haunt
Hey.
card. No,
Oh,
I got
I
a
don't
virtue
like
card,
that.
not
so I
diamond.
gain.
You gain 3
I
willpower,
also-
and you can discard the card.
I also
Nice.
drew a willpower or
Virtue.
virtue card.
Perfect. You can get 3
I got
willpower
neutral.
and discard the card.
Awesome. Do we redraw or?
Nope.
Okay.
I don't think. Double check that. If you draw a card matching your virtue, gain 3 willpower and discard it.
Gotcha.
Wait, we're supposed to discard the ones that are part of our virtue?
If you drew
Oh,
them
wait, no.
throughout the session, then yes.
Okay, because I only have one of those then.
Okay.
So let me discard that real quick.
With the lantern in hand, Eric, as you peer into the room, you see a pair of twin beds. You see a small fireplace in the corner of the room, a small makeshift kitchen, a handful of shelves, a tall dresser, and hear that familiar, very faint ticking of a clock right above the door. It is
12 o'clock.
identical to the layout of your cabin.
underground.
Is the clock at 12?
You would have to kind of step inside a little more to get a look up at that angle. But the clock is actually now stuck solidly at 1 o'clock.
Gonna walk on in.
Okay.
Did we just go through a fucking loop? What the?
It's a comfortable warmth. The fireplace is actively burning. That cold, biting air that you have been stuck in for what feels like forever is fading away. That cold in your bones is starting to warm. You can even see out the windows in this room, back the snow-covered landscape of the view that you had from your cabin.
Are we back outside? Huh?
Identical.
It is your view from your cabin. Even look around and can see your things.
What the fuck?
Eric's just kind of pacing, like touching things, making sure that it's real.
Yeah. It all feels real.
David's gonna go to the fireplace and see if there are newspaper. Like, it looks like paper was just burned. Because Jacob threw the newspaper into the last fire.
Yeah. It
So there'd
has
be
that,
ash remnants of it.
that blackened, charred, almost like skeleton-esque, like husk of the newspaper that's mostly burned through, and even just like tapping it will just cause it to collapse into soot.
Uh, Jacob's newspaper's in this fire.
So this is my newspaper. Well, shit. Yeah, no, this is definitely. Have
Not
we gone?
exactly the same.
No, it's
Clock's at what?
That's
Maybe
true.
we just went through an hour of time, and look, I know anything's
Well,
up in the air right now, so
The clock
no.
wasn't moving before we left, and we
No, I
definitely
don't.
weren't there for an hour.
No, I mean, this is gonna sound really stupid. Have you guys seen that really old? Shit, it wouldn't be old actually, because this is the '90s. Have you seen that movie? Groundhog's Day.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. So you know how every time he goes to sleep, the day resets? What if it's like that? Every time we go through the little crawl space, we go ahead an hour. So all we have to do is go back to the main office, and we just jump through the little chute, 4, 5, 6 times. Boom! It's the morning, and we get out of here.
All
Mm.
while avoiding the massive man who
We have
wants
a
to
gun.
take us away.
Well, we now have a gun this time, so assuming Vic has a pretty steady aim, and worst comes to worst, wait, that means there might be 2 pokers in this room.
Wait,
That's a side conversation.
I just gotta fucking know. And I walk over and open the front door.
Okay. So you all came in and then shut the door.
Yeah.
Okay. The door does not open.
Well, there was 2 possibilities that were going to happen when I opened that door, and neither one of them fucking came true.
What did you think was gonna happen?
Either it was going to open up to the crawl space or it was going to open up to the outside.
And it's just.
Oh, I
not-
thought literally
Not
the
open.
third. Yeah, no, I thought of the third where it was just straight up and just not gonna work. Okay, whatever it's here, it's clearly here just to fuck with us at this point. So I'd say we just go through the crawl space all over again, and if we
How?
run into John,
Well, how do
fucking
we-
shoot John. I'm
We're,
literally at the
we're
point.
locked. We're locked in.
We're locked
Okay,
into
but
the
our
cabin.
front door still works. That was the back door, right? Can we go to the front door?
There's one door in this cabin.
I thought there
David.
was the two doors. I thought there was two doors. Oh, never mind. We're fucked.
Who is closest to the fireplace
This was
right
just
now?
a player misunderstanding. Oh, probably me.
Probably David.
I was just at the fireplace
That
because
pleasant,
I can't remember architecture.
that pleasant warmth that you've all been feeling. David, you start to feel that warmth get more brilliant, that light getting brighter, the heat getting more intense. As that small fireplace, that
It's getting a little
tiny flame that was in there starts to grow and is now just a small inferno inside that tiny little furnace.
We can snuff out fire, right? If we just shut the air vents, right? 'Cause then no more air can get in, and then it'll stop. God damn that fucking music cue. I'm sorry, just it. Hope you genius. I want to try closing the air vents because that'll snuff out fire. Because if fire has no oxygen, then it has nowhere to go.
Yeah, to reach out, just doing your best to shut like that heavy iron door and trying to close the air vents. And even just being that close, that heat is starting to be too much to handle. And your skin touching that metal, it immediately gives you that
Oh, don't make me
burning
think it.
sensation just on the tips of your fingers. But even just feeling that causes that immediate withdrawal, with the vent and the door still open, and that fire getting bigger and bigger.
Jacob, use your skateboard. I can't touch it. It's too
What?
hot. Push the door.
You have a fire poker.
Oh yeah, this little fire poke. I poke the door. Does it poke?
It certainly pokes.
What the fuck you want me to do?
Both push on the door. Use the end of your skateboard and push on it, so I don't have to touch the door.
I'll use my skateboard to push on the door.
There we
I-
go.
I don't entirely know what you want me to do.
He means to
Use
use your
the blunt
skateboard to
end.
close
Yeah,
the fire door.
Okay, if this was your
So why couldn't you
skateboard,
why couldn't
just
you do
push it.
that? Why do you have a hammer?
I came prepared for today. If I needed to chuck a hammer at my computer. No, I was kidding. I was hanging stuff up in my room, and earlier today, and we went to stream before I could put it away. So I was legit like, what is the closest thing I could demonstrate a skateboard with? Oh yes, the obvious hammer that's sitting right next to me.
I gotta say, I was not expecting that.
The two of you
That's what you always get with me.
managed to
You're
get
never
that
gonna know what's
door
gonna happen.
closed. Not quite able to physically reach down and get the latch fully closed, but now the flames are fully reaching out of that little opening and starting to fill that corner of the room. It now being almost unbearable to even be that close to that fireplace.
Anyone else thirsty?
Maybe you should back up from the fireplace. I'm just gonna grab.
Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
back
start
and
doing that.
It's like
away.
Rory's getting away from that, and like also kind of heading
Is
towards
that-
the door.
Is that fire still growing, or
Yep.
is it like?
Yes, it is outside of the fireplace now.
The wooden table that was sitting there next to the fireplace that had the lantern on it starts to smoke. The dresser
grab
on the
some-
other side also starts to smoke.
Is there windows around?
Yes,
Like, there's
that's
still the
where I
windows,
was.
right?
Yeah.
That's where I was heading to.
Can we bash the windows open? Because that'll at least get the cold air in.
I'm gonna try to
I really don't open
I'm
it.
gonna try
I
to
don't
open it
care.
first.
Yeah. Whoever wants
Trying
to
open the window.
start bashing
Uh,
windows.
I will try to open the window.
Okay.
Bash is a last resort.
Yeah,
Uh,
bash.
I got smarter since the last time we were in this cabin.
Um, yeah. Whoever's going for the windows, if you're just going to hit them and trying to bash them open, that is a medium frailty check. If you're trying to open, it is a hard frailty check.
Could be good.
Yeah, this isn't gonna work. One of you guys want to
I'm pretty good with frailty, actually.
Hard frailty check to
Yep.
just normally open it. That's a success
Hard?
then.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your lowest.
I have a low frailty.
Okay.
And I got 2.
As the wooden furniture near that fireplace starts to go up in flames, the fire spreading throughout the room, the window finally opens with just this freaking grinding effort of metal against wood. But a cool breeze starts to flow in, catching the sweat that's now started to pour down all of your bodies. And the rest of you, while Jacob is getting the window open, notice that mixed in with the smoke that's starting to fill the room are shapes. Almost humanoid-like shapes. You can hear just barely a muffled conversation between them of I can't get the door open. I don't know what's happening. Go for the window. Try and get the window open. And one of the shapes just glides over to the other window, starts trying to lift it, but it remains firm. Your way out is open. If you would like to leave, you can.
Are the 3 humanoid shapes like reflecting like they look like our silhouettes would look like in
No.
the shadows? Okay.
I'm scooting. I'm jumping out of the window.
Yep, same.
I think David in panic is gonna just watch, like unaware of what's happening.
Okay. Eric, Victoria?
Have choices again. Ah! I think she's going to stay just a little longer to watch, like, how this is unfolding with these silhouettes next, because they don't
Okay.
seem actively threatening yet.
Eric?
I'm getting away from them because I don't trust shadow figures at this point.
Away from like out the window?
Yeah,
Okay. So
I'm gone.
Eric and Jacob just tumbling out the window into the cold air and the somehow comforting feeling of the very cold snow on your sweat-soaked skin. But David and Victoria, the two of you see these figures panic. You can hear these cries of frustration and fear as they are trapped. You eventually hear one of them scream out, I think someone's holding the door closed. Hello? Please, help us! The cabin's on fire! By now, the room is starting to completely fill with smoke. Flame has reached halfway across the room towards you.
Vic,
can-
we gotta get out of here.
Stay and listen, or out the window.
Vic, we're gonna start taking some real damage here. We got We got. It's fucking John. Let's just assume it's John and go.
Vic's gonna stand by the window and just kind of yell to the two of them, "Come on!"
For some reason I feel like they need help.
They're not real. We gotta go. Like,
How do you know though? This is all playing tricks on us. What if they are?
on a hunch. I really don't know. But we gotta get out of here if we want to live because it's getting hot in here.
Take off.
Yeah, don't. My mind went exactly there as well. I just didn't want to break it.
Would at this point, both of you can add an injury of smoke inhalation, a minor injury, so it's
This
just
is what I
one
was trying
pip.
to avoid.
How many pips is that?
Just one.
One.
But if you want to hear more of this conversation, see more of what's happening, you will have to stay at least for a few more moments.
I can't take any more injuries. I'm gonna start booking it, trying to like pull Victoria. I'm guessing unsuccessfully.
I think that's up to Victoria.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I honestly think that Victoria feels like there's something to be learned here that these people might need help. So I think she's gonna stay just a little longer
Okay.
until like she absolutely has to go.
You pull on Victoria's shoulder, but just shrugs out of your grasp. Are you out the window, David?
I think David's gonna be like half. I know this isn't gonna answer your question very well, but it's like halfway, like still trying to like make sure Vic is okay, like in case I need to like slip back in real quick, but like is making his way out. If you need me to be exact, I think he's out.
Okay. So you also take in that deep breath of cold, comforting air, the sweat on your body that's just been dripping finally catches that breeze and feels cold, ice cold. But Victoria, still in the room with the flames creeping closer and closer, you see the two ghostly figures just both rush to the door and start throwing themselves into it, just screaming for help, asking why, just anything that they can think to yell. And the door does open for just a moment. Their shoulders in unison impact and the door opens. And there is just a massive, hulking figure of a man, just barely making out any details at all, standing in the door frame. A psychotic grin on the face, before the door is again slammed shut on the couple. By now, just watching this happen, you feel not just heat, but now searing pain as you look down at your arm and see flames starting to travel up your forearm towards the elbow.
I'm like trying to pat those out as much as I can. I'm trying to eat out.
You all see Victoria finally just come diving out of the window.
Stop, drop, and roll. Just
You all look back at the cabin and see it absolutely now engulfed in flame.
We
gotta
gotta
go.
go.
Yeah.
Victoria, two things. One, please add a moderate injury of burns. And you can discard a card for acting within your virtue.
Okay.
Man, I really gotta start doing that.
If you guys ever feel like you were acting in accordance with your virtue, you can let me know.
Does it count if I don't remember exactly what my virtue meant? I just know that I should be doing it.
No.
Oh, okay, then yeah, definitely no.
How many pits was moderate again?
3.
3. I know, because I'm at 7.
As the 4 of you are standing there watching this fire even just for a few moments, knowing that whatever you had brought in is now up in flames. We're going to jump to a quick break.
No!
Oh.
Ow! I hit my dad.
We will be right back. Give us like 5 minutes to stretch our legs and grab something to drink, and yeah, we'll get back into it. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you soon. And welcome back. So, with most of your clothes and luggage and personal effects now going up in flames, the cold night air starting to feel good for just a few moments, and then hitting you with almost ice-like chill, with that sweat that was pouring down your body now starting to freeze on your skin, the clothes that were soaking wet now starting to frost over. What are you all doing?
Trying to find a place that is away from now that's like very well lit beacon for, anybody friendly or unfriendly to see.
Okay. As you all... Go ahead.
I was going to say this might be a mistake, but I want to see if I can get to the other side of the front door. Curiosity's taking over.
Like, circle around to the other side of the cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Easy enough.
Is it open? Well, I'm going to tap test it before I do anything.
Alright.
Is the door...
I mean,
Oh,
yeah,
go ahead.
the door is very apparently on fire.
Is it so hot I can't touch,
Even, like,
maintain?
just like tapping the handle, you could feel how incredibly hot it is.
Eric really wants to know if it's still locked, but survival's going to take over.
Okay. So I was telling them, but I'll also say it for the chat. Eric's very lucky, successful roll, getting the window open, saved everyone from not only drawing cards, but also all suffering smoke inhalation.
I don't want to steal
Horrible.
Jacob's glory.
Yeah,
He's the one
that's my wrong. I'm the one who busted it open.
Oh,
But
you guys are... Your cameras are reversed.
oh no.
I thought something looked weird.
Oh, y'all switched.
Oh,
There it goes. Now we're good.
okay.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So, what would you like to do?
I want to see that the cabin
2B?
that we. Yeah, the cabin that we saw that murder go down in. Does that still exist? Would
Yeah.
we be able to see it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe we should go check the cabin out, see if anything's changed or if anything will happen there.
Okay.
If
idea.
nothing else, we can hole up in there until we get a better plan.
Mm-hmm.
Better than staying in our cabin, I guess.
Even from this point, which you're 2 or 3 minutes of trudging through the snow to make it to that cabin. From this distance, you hear the faint sound of furniture being smashed. You hear the very distant sound of a scream. And then the door to that cabin opens. And a figure silhouetted there by the moonlight steps out, wipes off a blade, and then just starts casually walking.
Trees, cover,
Towards us?
anything.
Nope, towards the main office. Following the track of the footprints that Victoria had seen at the end of the first session.
I'm darting behind the closest tree,
Exactly.
rock,
Okay.
snow hill, whatever. Just
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and take
Go
cover and
and
hide.
cover. Gun is probably drawn at this point.
There's just a few moments of this individual walking, now away from you. And then the silence of the night is shattered by 1, 2 gunshots. The figure stumbles forward a little, but keeps walking, now limping a little, now at a more rushed pace towards the main office.
gunshots.
That's how that happened.
Okay, I got a new theory now. What year was the I'm sorry about it.
David, I
At a
don't know
loss
if
for
this is the
words.
time for this.
Okay.
Should
What
we
the fuck do we
any-
do then?
Should we do something?
Hold on. I'm gonna reach into
Following
my
this
shirt
footprint.
and I'm gonna pull out the paper, see if it's changed now that we're in this new whatever. I don't even know what to call it at this point.
The medical paper?
Mm-hmm.
It
Because I haven't
is,
gotten rid of that yet.
it's blank. It's an empty sheet.
You mean like blank as like it went to its original state, or like blank like nothing's on it?
Like nothing's been filled in.
Guys, did I flip the paper around and show him? We all saw that there was writing all over this earlier.
Yeah.
We did.
It's not the most unusual thing that's happened, but still
Still weird.
fucking weird.
There's no why is it blank though? He's Jack's name's not on it though. I don't understand. Okay, you're right. It's for another time. Just what do we do?
Do we go see what happened in there?
And
Maybe there's a second gun with 4 bullets in it.
that would be convenient, but might as well.
Okay.
Might as well.
So, all of you trudging your way through the snow. Even as you start to reach the front door, you can see that pooling blood pouring out into the snow, making the front of that cabin just a welcome mat of crimson. Reaching to the point where you can start to see inside, you see very similar figures of what was in the cabin that just burned down. Instead of people, it's these dark silhouettes. One on the middle of the floor, where this pool of blood is originating from. The other looks like it started to crawl out of a pile of broken furniture, but you can see shards of, like, the dresser, shards of shelves, just large chunks of wood fully impaling this very silhouetted figure. And it looks like it collapsed not a foot away from the human in the center of the room. A stunned silence.
Yeah.
The cold of the night air now starting to seep into your clothing. You can actually feel the frost building under your shirts, under your jackets. It is getting much colder.
We should get inside, I guess.
Yeah. I don't like it, but we need to.
Are those sets of footprints still there?
Oh yeah,
Should,
they are
should,
fresh and clean.
should we follow the footprints? And yeah, we've been here before. We know what happens here, but we don't know what happens over there.
Yes, so
What?
maybe.
We have 4 bullets, right?
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
open this. I'm gonna open the drawer where the gun was found the first time, just because why not?
Okay. Opening that drawer, you see a very messy pile of clothing, but not. When you had opened it before, it was very organized. Things were folded, almost intentionally so to cover up what was hidden in that drawer. But now it's just like someone had put clothes away and, taken a shirt out from the bottom of the pile, and it caused the rest of it to kind of crumple up. Very much used.
I'm gonna pull the drawer the rest of the way out and sling it across the room.
Why?
It's fucking useless. Sit down on the bed, head in hands.
From inside the room, you would notice that the clock, with that same rhythmic ticking, is at 1 o'clock.
Shit. So, huh. How far away was the figure that was walking away from the house by now?
By now, it has reached the doors of that main office and gone in.
Whoever that was just went to the main office. If we want to figure out.
Fucking John, we know who it
Well,
is.
it's probably John, but I mean, do we want to go investigate, or
At this point, what do we really have to lose?
Our
I mean,
lives?
seriously.
We could go together to check the car. I mean,
What? So that ghost can get Eric again?
I mean, if
look,
we're
I'm not
together, it
arguing
might
against.
not.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm kind of lost too.
I'll do it. I'll do it again if you guys go with me. I'm not going by myself again, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
we've
be
got
there
your
next
back.
to you. Hopefully you won't get
We can.
strangled this time.
I didn't find much in the use of it before, so maybe it's something.
Okay.
Would
Hold on. Before.
all
Sorry.
of you
Yeah, go
make
ahead.
a medium impatience check?
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh, not cute. Here.
This is not going to go well, I can tell you that much. Failure.
That's a fail.
Success.
You have willpower.
Yeah, I don't
My
have that much
impatience.
left.
My impatience is a 5.
That
Why?
from what I
Not
know
happening.
about Jacob, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay.
Ooh,
So who all succeeded?
I succeeded.
Okay. The two of you mixed in with the wind and the occasional scratching of nearby trees just kind of against the side of the cabin. You hear a creaking that is doing its very best to blend in with those sounds. The usual moaning and creaking of the cabin, especially the roof, as the wind picks up and then dies and then picks up again. That
I'll go
usual
investigate.
creaking is replaced by something moving very slowly and very carefully.
I start with poker in hand. Start looking around and finding the source of it.
It is above you, whatever it is.
Is there like an attic? Like,
Nope. It's just
The
a
roof.
A-frame small cabin, but it does have tin roof like
Eric,
sheeting.
you clocked that too?
Yeah,
Okay.
Why?
Let's.
something's on the roof.
I say we go deal with it, and then if he comes in here, we're just as equally screwed as if we were outside.
Deal
We'll
with
probably
it.
actually have a better view outside than we do in here.
We could try it.
I'll take the helm, and I'll start making my way outside, but like eyeballing above me.
Even just taking 2 steps out the door, looking up, feet dragging through that now fully spread crimson mat of blood. You see through the occasional moonlight that shines through as the snow dies down a abnormally massive figure. Its arms and torso and head, from what you can see, is nothing but collections of bones, of a rib cage and sets of leg bones that make up the forearm, leading up to the neck, which is just an amalgamation of bone body parts, connecting to a head that just dangles off to the side limply.
What in the fuck is that?
One of the arms reaches up the edge of the cabin by the front door and starts pulling the rest of the body along.
Shoot it! Shoot it now!
Yeah, I'll take a shot. Let's see what
Okay.
happens. How do I do that?
Let's go with a easy carelessness because you are trained in firearms.
Oh boy.
Now you're gonna want to roll a
Alright.
d20, add your attack roll modifier, compare
Oh
it
no,
to the
not all of
DC.
that. Okay. I was so scared. I have a 4 in it, but I rolled a 5.
The shot absolutely echoes out. The interior of the cabin just filled with the sound of a gunshot. The silence outside broken. And a chunk of that thing's what would be collarbone, but you see just like leg bones and entire like foot bones all just fused together to form the clavicle. It just shatters. It starts to let out this wail of no. Why? Going to find you. The other arm now comes up fully over the edge of the front of the cabin and starts pulling the rest of the body along.
John, you don't look too good.
What would the rest of you like to do?
Run.
You're just
Yeah.
out the door, going. Jacob,
Toward
I
a,
quick.
want.
toward a tree line, or if there's anything visible that looks like it provides some shelter, but
Okay.
priority one is not fuck with this thing.
Okay.
Just gonna take up the back and cover them, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm trying to take cover. Just following along with Vic.
Okay. David, same thing?
I think a lot slower than the rest of them because he's just like in awe of what the fuck is going on. Like definitely like moving backwards to get away from it.
Okay.
But he's like trying to remember every like messed up detail about it.
So, we're going to jump into initiative. Just need everyone to
thing?
roll 3d6 and let me know your total. Those of you that beat mine will get to act before this creature. Those of you that don't will act after.
Out of curiosity, just out not as David, is this the same thing that Jacob saw?
It
Or
is.
this? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Bones. Oh God.
Okay.
So we have the Thing from The Thing, messed up Scooby-Doo, some sort of alleyway Batman Joker,
The back seat. The back seat choking
the
ghost.
The backseat
exactly.
monster.
So, who rolled above a 12?
Me.
Four.
I rolled
Oh.
a 13.
14. 653.
Okay. So, Victoria and Jacob, the two of you, you have the opportunity to act first.
So where is this thing?
It is on the roof of the cabin. The two arms are like heaving. It's pulling itself along the roof. Well, as you start to step away, you can see more of this creature, and you can see its torso, just masses of bones, fully strewn along the top of the roof and pooling out off the other side.
That is fucking horrifying. You mentioned that it was slightly pouring off the other side. Is it pouring off enough that I would be able to reach it with my skateboard?
Absolutely, you'd have to fully run around the cabin, away from the direction that your companions are running.
Oh. I guess I'll go I'll move closer towards my companions, but I guess have my skateboard out and ready to swing
Okay.
in case it comes closer. But yeah.
Victoria?
I mean, yeah, I still have that revolver just like trained on this thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, very similarly, kind of waiting for it to pursue. Um, but yeah, I think at this point, Vic would like kind of yell out at it, just say, "You found us. What do you want?"
Okay. Are you taking a shot or holding off for the moment?
Holding off for the moment.
As you
Use
shout
the
this
bad
up
boys
to
a lot.
it, the head that's just kind of hanging by a series of shattered, fractured bones that was its neck kind of turns towards you at that odd angle, and you can see the multiple jaws that make up its mouth open into a horrific smile, and it says, "Run."
Everything that you describe reminds me of that. Do you guys remember that Gorefield thing that went on for a while?
Oh my
People
god!
just making like
Yeah,
Eldritch Horror Garfield. That
yeah.
reminds me of that.
Mm-hmm.
God, this is.
A lot like that.
So Jacob, did you take off running the same direction that Eric is going?
Yeah.
Victoria, same thing?
Same thing.
Okay. The creature now fully pulls itself to the point where the body just comes falling off the roof towards you all. On impact, you can hear bones shattering. And with every impact, with every wound that should hurt, that should make this creature feel pain, that smile just grows wider. And it starts pulling itself through the snow towards Eric, Jacob, and Victoria. Straight to and past David.
Past David?
It is going to take its arm with the bones jutting out, this crooked mass of body parts, and try to swing at you, Jacob.
Oh, I know why you.
Oh, actually, it is a contested check. I was wrong.
Okay, my AC is 20.
So, a clumsiness check from you, please.
You got it. Difficulty or just total?
I just need to know how many successes.
Oh, 3.
As this thing swings out, you just duck and roll underneath of it, cleanly missing you, but covering you in shards of broken bone.
What the fuck is this thing?
And it looks straight down at you as you're running, that wide, jagged grin, and asks, "Are you having fun yet?" Now, Eric and David.
But it moved past me, and like it didn't even like clock me as like a threat or anything. It was just like, nope.
Pretty much made a beeline.
Great. Run the opposite direction.
Okay.
I know this goes exactly against my virtue, but I have a feeling this is just what
The
he'd do in this case.
moment that you take that step and turn to run, you see the head of this creature fully turn, more snapping of bones, now clocking David, and it starts to turn to chase.
Yeah, come and get me, you fat bitch! start. I take the poker and start like
What the bone
running.
monster?
Okay.
I got a piercing weapon. Historically, this has gone well against skeletons.
No, it hasn't.
I know.
Eric, what would you like to do?
I have no choice but to keep running. I have nothing to use as a weapon.
You have a lantern.
You have drugs.
I
Are there any
just throw
tree
drugs at
branches
it.
around?
Throw
Like fallen
acid at
tree
it. It'll
branches?
totally work.
Branch.
Okay, so just running.
but just
Okay. You
trying to stay together, but
um
happens.
would both of you just roll a d6 and just tell me who got higher?
Who?
Yeah.
David and Eric.
4.
3.
It immediately stops, turns back towards the three of you, and in long reaching straight strides, the arms reach out, grab into Snow, and drag its body behind it. Now you can see that the bottom half of the torso is more flesh covered. It is more muscle and tissue and blood that is just leaving a trail of, but as it drags itself. But we go back to the top of Victoria and Jacob.
You want to go first, or should I?
I mean, honestly, the only thing that I could think like Vic could do at this point is like, first of all, just try to generally avoid it, but also just kind of yell to the others like, "Hey, like, what's the game plan here?
You just run.
Thing is really scary."
Okay.
Is this thing next to me right now?
It stopped and turned at one point as you guys continued to run, so it's maybe 15 feet away.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep running in the same direction as everybody else. Is it? If I were to run in that direction, would it be like in my path, or would I be running away
You're
from it?
directly away from it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm booking it.
Okay. So then the creature is going to continue to chase after you, leaving that trail of gore in its wake, continuously calling out in almost laughter, asking if you are having fun yet. A long 15 to 16 foot arms that reach out, grab onto the ground, and drag itself along, make very short work of that distance between you all. This time the fist is going to lift up and try to come down onto Eric. And I was actually wrong. It does have an attack value that I need to roll against, which wouldn't have mattered because last time it only rolled 1. Yeah. As you can see that fist lifting into the air, it starts to come down, and you partially manage to get out of the way, but not before those jagged bones that make up its fist just rake down like the edge of your shoulder down towards your rib cage, leaving this nice open gash. But slams to the ground next to you, causing snow to just fly up into the air. Now, David and Eric.
Do I put anything into damage on that?
Oh, yes, thank you. You have a moderate injury of a gash. David, you see this creature immediately stop following you and turn to go after the others.
Oh, fuck. Could I look around, see if there's like a rock?
Yeah, I mean, it'd take you just a moment to dig through the snow till you find something solid.
I throw it at his head. Or head. So.
You know what? Let's go with a clumsiness. It's pretty large, so medium difficulty.
Succeed.
Very nice. The rock just soars through the air, impacts, and actually crushes part of the skull and just tumbles inside this frame of skeleton.
Leave my friends alone, stupid!
Okay.
And I'm gonna start, like, going towards him, but at, like, a slight angle. So if he was gonna, like, start following, trailing after me, he would have to, like, break path off of the rest of them.
Okay. Eric?
I'm smashing the lantern. I don't want to, but it's hitting me now. So I'm
Yeah?
going to aim for the fleshy parts.
Set it on fire.
Absolutely.
Burn,
Roll,
man, burn.
easy clumsiness.
All right. Oh, yeah.
Not a critical success.
Almost, but no.
The lantern in your hand, holding it by that ring. You just bring it around and smash it into this thing, sending the remaining oil scattering across it and the flame immediately catching. Anything else, or you... I mean, even if you were to try to run with the pace that it's moving, you're probably not going to get that far from it.
Still not going to stand in front of it and wait for it. So.
Okay. Go to the next round, which is Victoria and Jacob. See, Eric has hit this thing. There's a shatter of glass and a bright light that is now engulfing this creature. But otherwise, he has stopped running away. David, in a similar fashion, stopped the direction that he was going and is now turned to watch you all.
Well, I guess we're not really getting away from this thing, are we?
I think we are. Yeah, I'm gonna generally, again, try to kind of stay away from it as much as I can, but not, like, booking it away or anything. I don't know, just yell at it again. Say, no, we're not having fun.
Okay.
I'm gonna run towards it, and you mentioned that its neck was all fucked up.
Mm-hmm. The bones that were holding the head in place are broken and off to the side at an almost eerily familiar angle.
What did you do?
I'm gonna take my skateboard, and with the thin edge of the skateboard, going to attempt to smack that fucking bone monster directly into that group of messed up bones.
Absolutely. Again, it is very large target and easy clumsiness.
Yeah, it's a success.
Oh, also,
Not kind of
everyone can draw a card
failure.
No!
for the top of the arrow.
20 minutes in, top of the hour.
Yeah, we're a little late.
I drew a neutral card.
Okay.
So
So how many cards are people at right now?
2.
6.
I got a
Five.
haunt.
Oh no. I
Oh,
have
great.
5.
I'm at 5.
So 5, 10, 16, 18. Okay.
Stop doing math. We established we can't do it early in game. We
You
can't improve.
Sprint towards this thing and bring the skateboard up, just clipping those bones, causing them to shatter. The few left holding the head in place just break apart. Almost easier than you expected. And the giant mass of skull, of jawbones, of cheekbones, of various body parts just comes tumbling off and lands in the snow next to you.
Jacob's just kind of frozen there, still kind of holding his skateboard over his head. As he went to go for another swing in case the first one didn't work. And he's just kind of staring at it.
Okay.
Is it dead?
Well, on its turn, the arm comes swinging around at first towards Eric and then past you, it fully ignoring you. But it is going to reach out towards you, Jacob. Not in a fist, not even aggressively. It's almost just gently reaching towards you. You make a hard cowardice check.
Success. Listen. 2 of my stats are a 5. Success.
It reaches out. The face of this creature. There are just flashes of that moment of your brother, the head at that odd angle, bones broken and jutting out of the skin. One hand just slowly reaching towards you. And one by one, piece by piece, it starts to fall apart, crumbling into just brittle piles of bone left in the snow.
As the skull of it starts to crumble, Jacob's gonna drop his skateboard and try to grab it and start screaming into it. I'm not going to scream because there are people sleeping in my house that imagine that I'm screaming.
Thank you.
What is this? Is this some kind of punishment? Why am I here? Tell me.
That broken, jagged smile just looks up at you. And now in a soft, pained voice, far lower and more full of fear than it was before, just calls out to you. Are we having fun yet?
I just wanted to leave my mark on the world. It just drops the skull into the snow and just stays kneeled down on the ground.
think after a couple of moments, just kind of letting the silence sit, Vic is gonna come over and just put a hand on his shoulder.
Thanks. That was... I don't know how to explain how, but that was supposed to be my brother. Or at least something supposed to remind me of him, I guess. It's just too many fucking coincidences for this all to not be intentional.
There's no need to explain.
All right.
Jacob, what is your virtue?
My virtue is motivation. Specifically, boldness.
I would say that you could discard a card for that.
Any card or a neutral?
A neutral card.
Gotcha. All right. Get rid of that. Get out of here. All right. He stands up. Stands up from the snow and grabs his skateboard. So he just like runs his palm or hand across his eye. So guess that means these things can be killed.
I think so. Because sometimes best way out is through.
I suppose so.
What did you do to cause that thing?
What did I do to cause that thing?
If that's supposed to be your brother, what did you do to your brother?
I didn't do anything to my brother.
What did it mean by are we having fun yet? It kept yelling that. None of the other haunts that we know of have said things directly towards us like that. The rest of us who so far heard voices or just heard others' memories, this one specifically was talking to you. What did you do to cause that?
I didn't do anything. We got into an accident. He got into an accident. It was supposed to be a stunt that we were gonna film, and something went wrong. Something went wrong when he jumped, and he got hurt. He lived, but he's not really the same anymore. Not the same as who he used to be.
I see. I'm sorry. I just needed to know.
It's fine, I guess. I don't know why this is happening.
Maybe your thing is over, you know? Maybe the rest of us got to deal with whatever our equivalents are.
Certainly doesn't feel like I have much closure, but Maybe, yeah.
Whoever's out there knows us. It's targeting us, like you said.
Knows us scarily well. Vic, what did you see when you were in that catatonic state outside that cabin?
So, you know what we saw through that window, right?
Yeah.
The big figure, looming over the girl. Stabbed her. And there was that blood everywhere. I've seen something like that before. I was walking home from work one day, and I saw basically that. And walking apartment. I didn't know what to do. I ran. I didn't want that to happen to me. And, I probably should have done something about it. I should have. Like, I just got home and I just sat with my back to the door, not knowing what the fuck to do. But, I should have called the cops or something. I panicked and ran. And guess I kept running. Didn't want to think about it. And then, a couple days later, I learned that it was my neighbor, Connie. And it made me feel even worse because, I don't know, she's been nothing but nice to me. And I just ran. I guess I've just kept running. Or at least until a little earlier. Stepped through all of that blood. I guess I'm learning that running isn't the solution every time.
Guess not, no. And
The remainder of that enormous creature now covered in a layer of snow. Again, that cold air washing over you all. The sweat and anxiety that had just been racking you so hard now calming and realizing how cold you all are getting.
Jesus, it's cold out here.
Guys, I hate to break this group session up, but we've got to get somewhere. Somewhere
Inside.
sheltered. Something.
Yeah, you're right.
I need to patch you up. And this is kind of assessing the group here in various stages of injury.
I'd be glad to get some help, but let's get out of here first.
It's a full, stream of blood running down the side of Eric's back.
Christ, dude, you're losing a lot of blood.
Then we should probably hurry.
Yeah. I don't know if Eric needs it, but I'll offer to let him sling his arm around me and use me as support, so we can get the fuck back to a safe place.
I'll accept.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up and wrap my arm around.
Eric?
Okay.
Yeah, Eric.
Yeah. David.
The hell are you doing, David? You're as fucked up as I am.
Yeah, I'm fine. A little shaken. That's all.
will will you roll clumsiness and Eric impatience?
Who do you want me to roll clumsiness or?
David.
Okay.
Clumsiness
You
or
impatience.
Yes, sir.
How many successes?
Oh, how many successes? 2.
I got one, but I'm gonna spend a point and reroll if it lets me.
Your
If you
clumsiness
want,
is also reduced by 1 because of your specialty.
Okay, then I still got one, but I want to. Oh yeah, then that's 3 successes because I rolled 3 5s.
Okay.
Which, like, with
Damn.
the 2 clumsiness at that point, just obliterates out everything else.
He's the least clumsy person on Earth.
Okay. The two of you get up, each under an arm of Eric, and where are you going?
Go back to the murder house. Treat you up there.
Really, the only safe place around here, yeah. Murder house.
The other
Safe.
cabin is kind of burnt to death, so
Well, the closest thing to a safe place.
Safe, he says.
Okay.
I say safe with the relative term that we've been in there before, treated people without dying, so safer than the main entrance, and a little safer than the crisps of our old cabin. So, murder cabin. I say we go there.
All right. It's not a far walk. Because even though you guys were running, a lot of it was zigzag patterns, not necessarily directly away from the cabin. With the two of you helping to support Eric, you all reach the door, grab the handle, and it opens with a satisfying click, and then swings in. It's noticeably less cold, but that is probably just the cutting of the wind chill factor. The interior of the cabin itself is still cold, just not as bad. And if you want to start trying to patch up Eric, you can make a medium clumsiness check.
All right.
Got
He'll
it,
take
boys.
off his jacket and lift his shirt so that they can get to the gash.
I'm
I'm
taking
gonna
take.
go
You
take a
got-
leak. I'll be right back.
You got any? Sure. Sure, you're gonna be all
And-
right.
Oh, I'll be fine. I don't want to say this out loud, but I kind of soiled myself a little bit and want to clean it up.
Good.
I feel like it's pretty justified in this case because a giant murder monster wanted to kill us,
I
and
don't entirely.
to be honest, I
blame
peed a
you.
little.
That's all right.
That's fair.
I'm gonna go clean up, and David's gonna go find a bathroom, or worst comes to worst, step outside.
It would be
Eric, you,
like,
stepping outside.
Eric,
Yeah,
you
I'm gonna
wouldn't
go
happen
behind
to-
them.
You wouldn't happen to have any of that high proof liquor left, would you?
The what?
The high proof liquor.
It's gone.
Shit. Well, let's just pray that this doesn't get infected, I guess. Gonna bandage it up with some bed sheets. So,
Okay.
what was it? Medium clumsiness?
Medium clumsiness.
Let's not fuck this up. Ooh. Okay, yeah, no, I'm good. Yeah, success.
Okay. It's definitely gonna take a minute, but you do clean up the blood. Find whatever you can to help bandage this up, to help get the wound closed, or at least not to let Eric bleed to death. David, as you step out and just around the corner, just out of sight of the rest of them, what are you doing?
I reach into my back pocket, pull out the flask that I stole off of Eric, uncap it and go to drink, but find there's nothing in it, and angrily slam the bottle into the snow.
Would you draw a card for me?
Yep.
Neutral card.
You're standing there, the cold wind, the moon, just casting the faintest of shadows from the far edge of the cabin. Now, really taking in your surroundings. A familiar, gaunt figure, limbs shriveled to just the bone, stands there, very similar stance as you.
Are you my punishment?
It just stands there, silence.
I have a good idea why you're here. So, you gonna explain to me why you think I'm my dad? Or you keep haunting me with the same fucking piece of paper?
It opens its mouth, but it's not words that come out. It's an argument. It's a man and a woman in a screaming match at each other. One of many conversations that you would remember.
You know, I'm not like him, you know. I tried to be better than him, though. What my parents did was up to them. It's not me, though. Oh, not anymore, at least.
Takes a few careful steps towards you. See one of the long, gaunt hands, the shriveled palm and fingers that extend a good 4 inches longer than they should. Just reaches down, picks up the flask very carefully, and hands it up to you.
There's nothing in it. Doesn't matter.
It shakes it very gently, and you can hear the sloshing sound of liquid.
How... I take the flask from him, but I don't drink it yet. You know I'm not afraid of you, right?
A very raspy voice, sound of a person that was trying to desperately breathe, though there's no air getting into their lungs. Just answers back with, "No."
You know, I apologize for that day. And I've been making up for it for a while now. but I know nothing I'll do is enough. And just swigs.
You can add 3 willpower for indulging your vice. It's
You know, I swore this off, right?
it's not a pleasant feeling. It's not. There's no comfort in the action. For as much as you remember it bringing comfort, it's just an empty gesture now. We'll jump back over to the 3 of you inside. As you're finishing bandaging up Eric, now a pile of blood-soaked linens kind of rolled off to the side. What are the 3 of you doing?
God damn, that thing cut deep.
Yeah, tell me about it.
You, feeling woozy?
I don't know. Feel
Lightheaded at all?
about the same level as what I was before it happened, I guess.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna try to stand up, see how bandages hold.
Okay. Your wound is officially treated, so it's not going to cause you any problems doing any actions. But the pips are still filled.
Yeah. Well, I'll get dressed then. How long does it take to get himself cleaned up? How long's he been gone?
No clue.
At this point, David, would you start to return, or are you going to stand out there for a bit?
I take another swig, look at it. First time I've seen you in months.
Just
Taps the bottle, puts it back in his pocket. Before it even has a chance to respond, just gives it a wink and guess we'll see you next time.
it matches
Walks back off.
every movement to the same as turning and walking the opposite direction.
So what are we doing, gang?
Where have you been? Took you a while.
Oh, you know, it's cold down there, so you gotta remove the ice.
That sounds intensely painful.
Oh, I didn't mean of the I meant the underwear. Sorry, I should have been a little more specific.
Gotcha.
Oh, well, that's a relief at least.
Yeah. Hey, I found this in the snow, by the way. And hands him the liquor. And just sits on the couch. And just kind of lies there.
This is the second time that you've...
I don't know, stop
Mm.
dropping it. Get better pockets. I don't know what to tell you.
It's none of my fucking business if you want to drink.
I'm not
So-
drinking.
I noticed that it's fuller.
It's probably about half full.
How'd you re-up?
Hmm?
This was empty the last time I saw it. Maybe drops in it at that.
How the fuck am I supposed to make alcohol up here? Told you I was clean.
Sorry, David.
Fucking better be.
Everyone but David can either draw a card or draw a card or raise your stress level by 1, as there is a feeling of darkness that just washes over the rest of you as David indulged in the vice of the haunt, which is betrayal.
Guess I'll draw a card because
Yeah,
I don't
drew a
want to
card.
stress.
Drew a virtue.
Very nice.
Hot card.
I drew a neutral card.
Okay.
I'm up to 5 now.
I
Then
am
we
not fit.
we discard virtue cards, right?
You discard and get 3 willpower.
Okay, cool.
That puts me at 7. Okay, quite the hand going on here.
What's everyone at for cards?
Oh.
2?
5.
7 total, 14. David?
I'm counting. Sorry, I looked at chat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards.
No. Not 20.
That's...
But I can reuse some of the chat and make Eric discard a neutral card. Because I have a lot of chat points saved up.
Instead of redeeming luck, Nikki, if you would like, you could redeem the discard cards instead, and give everyone a chance to roll their not cowardice. It is called cowardice. Roll their cowardice at a medium check, if you would like. Okay. So everyone can roll your cowardice at a medium
The
check.
ground at Mach speed.
Yeah,
Oh boy.
I meant to change that to draw/discard, but I forgot.
Okay. Here we go.
No. Okay, yeah, I succeed.
Oh. I do not,
But she is
but
Fail.
1 willpower and see what happens.
Yeah, if you need to spend willpower, go for it.
I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah, no, it still doesn't work.
mine did.
Hold on. I got you. Roll another one.
Oh,
Luck
okay.
for Victoria.
Like, I don't think y'all understand. I have a 5 in cowardice.
Well, I have a 4, and I rolled like garbage, okay? There's no amount of will or luck that will get me out of it.
No, if I rolled 2 4s and a 2.
Oh.
So
Better D6s.
the two of you that succeeded, you can discard a non-haunt card. The two of you, actually, just Victoria's the only one that's going to draw one. Is David?
Alright, we're gonna draw another
I
card.
failed.
Oh no, you drew a virtue.
All
So
right,
Drew a
drew one.
you don't have to
virtue.
draw another one.
Oh, okay.
And David, you indulged in the vice of the haunt, so you do not have to draw.
Yep, I just made things worse on its own.
By 1 card, turns out. Which I think puts us at 18.
Better
Okay.
than 20, I guess.
Is correct.
Before I forget, because I'm going to, if we don't do it now, we are 6 minutes from the top of the hour. Which means that everyone can draw a card anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I tried to delay the inevitable.
Ooh. I think this
Okay.
is the first time I've drawn clubs. It's neutral for me, but I think this is the first time.
Let's see what I get.
Drew a virtue card.
Nice.
Drew a haunt. Awesome.
Yep, got a haunt.
So I believe that puts us to 21.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think so.
There is a howl, a mixture of the wind picking up and some lupine beast that just echoes. It just hangs in the air for a few moments too long, an unnatural echoing through the campsite. The room gets just a little colder. Your aching muscles, your cuts and scrapes and burns, just for a moment, they all pulse with a little bit of pain, as if to remind you that they're there. Is there anything that anyone would like to do in this moment?
I'm gonna go to a window and just kind of stare out for a while and survey, but mostly just get lost in my own thoughts.
Okay. Anyone else?
David's gonna pull out the medical sheet, and even if it's blank, just look over it.
Okay.
I think at this point, knowing that Eric hasn't had a weapon this entire time, Victoria is going to search this cabin just a little bit more closely to see if, like, I don't know, she can find like a kitchen knife or something.
Yeah. Make a medium impatience check.
Okay. Oh, I keep dropping these. Okay. Impatience. Okay.
And
3.
you are also now without light.
Oh, yikes. Well, that's a success.
Okay. You do find, like, tucked away almost entirely underneath one of the mattresses, like sandwiched between the mattress and the box spring, a it not quite as big as a hunting knife, but about that size and shape. Probably more of a skinning knife.
And just kind of looking it over and realizing how odd that probably is. I'm just walking out from the bedroom. and everyone's just sitting there, and I'm walking with another knife.
You see Eric at the window, staring out. You see David just in a chair, staring at that sheet of paper.
Where the fuck did you get another knife?
In between the wall and the box spring, I decided to look somewhere. I think we all, at this point, need to be armed somehow.
And yeah, they'll certainly be helpful.
Go, Eric, and then kind of
Oh,
like,
thank you. Thank you.
Sort of wish I brought a baseball bat instead of a skateboard.
yeah.
Okay.
So, reconnecting trip working out great, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I said reconnecting trip turning out great, isn't it?
That's a word for it.
Certainly not the way I would have chosen to bond with anyone. But
Well, I think we've seen a lot up until now, but I think we might make it. hopefully.
Well, at least whatever they are can be stopped. I'm not going to say killed just yet, but
That thing gets back up. I don't know. But yeah, it's a good thing that they can at least be stopped. So plan of action here. Do we want to go check out the administrative office again, or?
do we want to walk that loop all night, or do we want to see if there's something else? What's beyond here?
Beyond his cabin?
Beyond this campsite?
Where's the road?
I think it was about a 5 or 6 minute walk from the road to this campsite.
I think it's worth it just to know how trapped we are.
Okay. So what is the plan?
I think we're gonna walk to the road.
Okay.
Yeah. Why not?
Who would be leading this?
Nobody else wants to do it. I guess I will. Trudging forward through the snow.
Okay. Now with the wind picking up more, that gentle snowfall that you had been walking through, giving you a clear view of the night. Occasional moonlight coming through. That is all cut. It is just wind blowing up and into your face with just waves of snow. Every step just an abnormally loud crunch that even over the wind you're all hearing. I'm gonna go down the line, starting with Jacob. Will you roll a hard carelessness check?
We all know how this is. Yeah, no. If it's not an 18, then I fail. So
Okay.
that's a 12. I fail.
Okay. Who would be second?
Guess I'll be there.
A hard carelessness check.
Oh, jeez. I'll re-roll that.
Okay.
That fills all the checks. It's cocked. Doesn't matter anyway. Fail as well.
Okay. Who's third?
I'll take third.
A hard carelessness check, please.
See what happens. Definitely not. Those 2 2s and a 1. Let's try this again. Try 1. Oh, didn't get better. Alright. Never mind.
And last but not least, David, with a hard carelessness check.
Nope.
Okay. Then, one by one, as you march off through the, at first, just fierce wind, but nothing else, the further you get from the cabin, the more vicious it starts to get. The more it gets harder to even see the person in front of you. Or even calling out, your own voice is completely washed out from the sound of the wind. As the four of you start trudging, not knowing what direction you're even headed, if you're following the others, or where you're going, we'll put a pin in it there and pick up next time.
Oh, we're lost.
Ah,
Oh,
Oh,
dun, dun,
Hey,
dun.
we killed the bone monster. That was an allegory for my severely injured brother.
Oh my god.
Ah,
you did. It's... Oh.
that's horrifying.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for putting up with all of this, for allowing, not only sitting here through this torture, but giving me the tools to make this torture. Literally couldn't have done it
Oh,
without you.
stop. It's great. It's so great, though.
yeah, I just have a continuous feeling of I deserve this for doing this to other people so much.
But yes, thank you everyone for watching. If you caught us live, we love you so much. You are literally what allows us to be able to do that. You're amazing. If you're catching the VOD after, if you're catching this on YouTube, if it's still the month of February, we are doing 4 total of these sessions. So, come catch the next one live. You can use some channel points to either help out these beaten and battered individuals,
Or
or
fuck us over like
cause,
Zach over there. God.
cause them more pain. Yeah. So tomorrow we have a game of Scum and Villainy. And Friday we have Pathfinder. And Sunday we have Lancer. So keep an eye. I post the schedules on Twitter. We posted going lives on Twitter. We also post it all in our Discord. So if you like what we do, if you want to join us and also get, tortured in horror games like this, join the Discord. We love having people. We love chatting. We love being nerdy and just playing games. Unless I am missing anything, I think it's probably safe for me to see who's online and to see who we can throw a raid over to. Hopefully someone playing something a little more lighthearted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get a bit of a chaser in there.
Perfect. Weave the Tale is playing a very adorable game right now, so that'll be a nice palate cleanser. Alright, with that, a massive thank you again to everyone watching, to my beautiful cast. Is there anything new that you guys wanted to plug? I know we kind of plugged everything last time. Anything new? Anything else people should be checking out?
Well, you go first.
Okay. Yeah, the project that I talked about last time, the cowboy stuff, should be coming out either tomorrow or sometime fairly soon after that. I just
Awesome.
need to stop procrastinating and finish it up because it's almost entirely done. And James is
Yeah.
getting on my ass about shut up, James. But yeah, that's coming out pretty soon. Other than that, nothing new really.
Okay.
Deadly D8 is doing a live stream 8:30 on 8:30 Eastern on Friday. Hopefully it's gonna be on time. I know OBS likes to crap out at last minute, so I will try
Well.
my best, but it's hosted by me. We got a bunch of cool topics. We're gonna go over the new rules lawyer video and give my thoughts on that. But yeah, it's gonna be 100% authentic James for about 2 hours until my voice decides to give out. Whichever
Awesome.
you decide comes first.
And remember, it's EST, not Mountain Time.
Yes.
We don't live in a monastery at the top of a mountain like
If you could all be
Yeah,
so
you don't need to do
lucky.
fancy math to get the time for this one, right?
-2 or +2.
Heck,
Minus plus.
Heck, you got anything?
Yeah. I mean, I have my whole spiel that I do at the end of the stream, and I'm a little newer here. So, coming up on this Sunday and Monday, you can find me over on Neon Lights Roleplay, playing. Well, on Sunday we were playing a system developed by the GM himself. It's called the Try System, and it's amazing. Then we're gonna be playing some good old D5 on Monday. And then on this coming it's not Thursday yet. Next Thursday, you can find me on my own channel doing my own little D&D podcast called Dungeons and Discussion with the Times Dungeon. We're going to be talking about character creation, which is going to be super fun. Super excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, you can find me at TPK Roleplay like pretty much all the time. So check me out there.
Yeah. Derek? Or
I'm just so into character, I'm still there.
Dave, I'm sorry. You got anything?
Fine. Yeah, we've got 10 Candles coming up this Friday, and we have a Persistent Cult Divinity Lost campaign called Project Hades, which is industrial horror.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's pretty much all we do is horror. So, you know, if
So
you
this-
want more scares, come check us out. Hangman's Gate RPG.
This is a comeuppance, is what you're saying. Alright, well, I think that's it. I can throw us into a raid here and wish you all a goodbye, a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.